Hello, my name is Sarah Weenus. I'm a certified Eden Energy Medicine practitioner, and I want to go through Donna Eden's 5-minute routine with you, okay? So this is a very important energetic routine that I would suggest pretty much everybody do on a daily basis at least once. It keeps your fundamental energy systems in balance, and it makes it a lot easier if you are working on your energies. Like, let's say you're going to a practitioner, you're doing your own energetic work. It makes it a lot easier for energies to shift and to stay as they should, okay? So I'm going to go through each one of these exercises with you in detail. It's going to be, this video is going to be a little bit longer than 5 minutes, obviously, because I'm going to explain. But normally it should only take you about 5 minutes to run through all these exercises once you know them. And again, something that I can't tell you how much this can benefit your life if you continue to do these exercises and you stick to them on a regular basis. It's a really excellent way to prevent illness, to keep your body just flowing and feeling good and vital. So let's go into the first exercise, okay? The first exercise is what I call the 3 thumps, or what Donna Eden calls the 3 thumps, okay? So you're gonna be thumping or tapping on 3 areas of your body. The first area is just under your collarbone here. If you can feel your clavicle, and then right up against your sternum. There's 2 points there called kidney 27. They are the last points on the kidney meridian. And by tapping on them, we're just going to tap, you know, with fairly firm pressure, but not hard enough to hurt yourself. You're going to help to reset your body's entire meridian system. Okay, so really good if you're feeling fatigued, if you're just feeling off, you know, you feel like you're almost running on empty. Tapping these points is really good. Okay. Then we're going to move to the middle of the chest over the thymus gland, and we're going to tap. The thymus gland is a gland kind of located right over your heart area, and it governs, it doesn't govern completely, but it has highly influential as far as your immune system is concerned and your immunity. Okay, then we're going to move right under the ribs. If you see the breast line here, just kind of right under there on your ribs, we're going to tap on these points, which are spleen points. Okay, so the spleen meridian is very, very tied into your metabolism and into your immune system as well, into keeping your immune system in balance. Okay, so again, quickly, those 3 points are right under the collarbone, right over the breastbone here in the middle of the chest, and right under the ribs. And you can tap on each point for I'd say like 10 to 15 seconds is probably adequate, okay? Okay, next exercise we're going to do is called the hookup. Okay, so the hookup is very simple. You put the one finger in the belly button, other finger on your third eye, and just breathe. Just hold that and breathe. Take deep breaths. And this is going to hook up your central and governing meridians. If you're feeling off, if you're feeling like you're not grounded, like you're just, you know, having anxiety or feeling not all together, this is an excellent exercise to do at any time during the day. Really calms the nervous system down, gets you feeling back to being yourself again. Okay, and when you feel that you're going to take a really deep breath all of a sudden, that usually means that the energies have hooked up. So just keep holding it until you feel that deep breath, and then you can release, okay? The third exercise that we're going to do is called the cross crawl, and this is very, very important for people to get this energy pattern back into balance. As you know, in the physiological part of our body, the one side of our brain controls the other side of our body, and vice versa, like this. Okay, so we know that our energies, even on a physical level, or our nervous system, cross over and govern the opposite side of our bodies. It's the same thing with our energies. The energies in our body have to be crossing like this in order for us to be well. When people have been sick for a long time or they become sick, it's usually the case that they are in a homolateral state. And until they get out of that, it's really hard for their body to heal and to regenerate itself. Also, people who are very depressed are often very, very homolateral, meaning that their body's energies are running like this as opposed to like this. Okay, so we're going to start by just doing the basic cross crawl exercise. It's very simple. You take your hand on the one side of the body and you're going to cross it over to the other side and touch your leg like this. Okay, so very simple. And you know, usually when I do this exercise, I do it for maybe 30 seconds. However, if you're doing this exercise and it makes you feel dizzy, or it's really hard to do it, you just feel off balance and it makes you feel strange, chances are that your body is probably in what's called the homolateral state. And if that's the case, you need to trick your body into being able to cross over like that. And for people who have been in a homolateral state for a long time, this exercise can really throw them off, and they don't want to do it because they actually feel that bad. So if this is the case, I'm going to show you how to do what's called the homolateral repatterning exercise. And it's going to, like I said, help you to cross your energies over slowly and gradually so that you don't overwhelm your body and make it feel like it's freaking out, okay? So we're going to start by just putting the hands on the legs, and we're going to touch our hand to the leg on the same side of the body, okay? So this is because this feels comfortable. When you're in a homolateral state, your body likes this because this is the way the energy is flowing. You do that about 12 times, and you stop. Then you're going to cross over like this 12 times. And what this is doing is it's tricking the energies to start crossing over. Okay, so we do it 12 times on each side, okay? Then we go back to what we were doing before, touching on the same side, marching on the spot, 12 times. Okay, take a breath and cross over. Okay, 12 times, just gently, not in a stressed place. Anytime you do any of these exercises, you want to be relaxed. Okay, and stop. And we're going to do it one more time. On the hand touching the same leg, on the same side of the body, 12 times. Okay, take a deep breath and cross over. And it doesn't matter if you do it exactly 12 times, just roughly 12. 12 is an easy number to remember. Okay, and we're going to stop, take a breath. We're going to do it one more time. Okay, so again, if you're somebody who finds that the regular crossover makes you feel off, this is a very good exercise for you to do, and it's very important. Of all these exercises, I would say this is one of the most important. Okay, and then we stop. Okay, moving on to the next exercise, we're going to do something called connecting heaven and earth, okay? This is a really grounding exercise. It's a great way if you're just feeling like off balance, you're not feeling like you're all together and you're not grounded, you're feeling flustered. It just kind of brings everything back together. It kind of balances the yin and yang energies of your body, okay? So we're just going to rub our hands together, shake them off, and put them on our thighs, okay? And I want you to take 2 deep breaths with the hands on the thighs and really get grounded. Just let that energy ground into the earth and let your body feel connected to the earth, okay? After you've taken 2 deep breaths, we're going to bring our hands together in the prayer position, in the middle of the chest. Take a breath. And then we're going to take another breath and stretch out, one hand going towards heaven, the other towards earth. And really stretch, and you should actually hold your breath. Take a breath in and hold your breath as you're doing this, and then breathe out on bringing the hands back towards the prayer position. And do it on the other side. Deep breath, hold it, and back to the center. And I really want to emphasize the stretch here. This is important. Really stretch that area and bring it back to the center. And one more on the other side. And back to center. And now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on this video, but I'm going to get you to just drop down and let your hands hang in front of you for a few seconds and take a couple of deep breaths. And then doing figure eights coming up, I just want you to bring that energy up along the center of your body, doing figure eights, okay? Figure eights, and just relax, okay? Really great exercise to just get collected and grounded again, okay? The next exercise, we're actually going to do it sitting down. It's called the Wayne Cook posture. And this exercise is excellent for anyone who just feels scrambled. If you're a scrambled person, there's some people who are scrambled people. You see those people who are, they're here, they're there, they're all over the place. They can't get a thought together. They read something, they can't remember what they just read. I'm actually one of those people who has to do this exercise a lot because I have a tendency to get scrambled. If you're that type of a person, the Wayne Cook posture is very good. So we're gonna just sit down on a chair, okay? And the easiest way to do this is to take one leg and cross it over your knee, okay? Take the arm on the opposite side, put it on your ankle, and then take your other arm and cross it over, holding the sole of your foot, okay? And we're just going to breathe in and pull our leg up towards us about 4 times. So just like this. And really relax and breathe deeply, pulling that leg. Usually 3 to 4 times is enough. We'll do one more. And then let's do the other side. Same thing on the other side. Grab the ankle, hand over on the sole of the foot, and breathing in. And we'll do one more. Okay, now we're going to take our foot, put it back on the ground, take our hands and make them kind of into a triangular temple shape with the thumbs touching at the bottom. Take the thumbs and just put it in the middle of your head on the third eye. And I want you to just breathe in 3 to 4 times with that fingers resting there in the middle of your forehead. And breathing is very important during all of these exercises because it's hard for energy to move if you're not breathing. Your lungs act as a pump to move the energy through the body. And now we're going to take our fingers and kind of spread the energy across our forehead to our temples. We're going to take another deep breath. And around the ears. And I just want you to hang your hands on your shoulders for a couple deep breaths. And then just let your hands come over your chest and just let that energy sit in your chest, in the heart chakra area for a few minutes. And that really helps you to unscramble yourself and to get focused again, okay? So Wayne Cook, a great exercise. I'd say it's another one of the very important exercises that I would really emphasize everybody do at least once a day. The next one we're going to do is called the crown pull. Okay, so this kind of helps to, if energy gets bunched up on the top of the head, I know lots of times you touch your head and it almost feels like it hurts, especially along the midline here. It's just a great way to kind of spread the energy out and clear energy from the cranial area, okay? So we start in the middle of the forehead, kind of like with the Wayne Cook at the end. We spread the energy across, and we just go all the way across the head, doing the same thing. And really get in there, you know, really pull that energy off to the side, all the way around the back of the head. And you can do it a couple times, just quickly. Anytime that you feel like you've got, like, you know, your head is just too full of information or you have a headache, this is a really good one to do. Okay. So that's your crown pull. Next, we're going to do the zip up. This is a really important exercise for protecting yourself. And if you're somebody who has a tendency to feel vulnerable, you're somebody who feels like, you know, you're easily affected by other people or people can hurt you easily, this is a really important exercise to do. What you're essentially doing is bringing the energy up kind of from the pubic bone area, up the central meridian, almost like you're doing up a zipper to under your chin. And then we're going to come around the back. And you're going to do the same thing on your, coming up your back, around the head, like this, and to the middle. And then you're almost going to pretend to lock it, as if you have a key. So it's almost like you're zipping up the front and the back of your body, and then you're locking it, okay? And that kind of seals that connection again between the central and governing meridian, which really do, if they're not connected and they're not strong, can make you feel very vulnerable. Okay, so that's your zip up. We're almost done here. We've got a few left to go. The Celtic weave is really important for reinforcing the auric field of the body. And the aura, again, is a field that surrounds our body. It's very big. We all have an aura. And sometimes our aura can become weak, which makes us more vulnerable to any sort of energies coming in towards us. So we want to keep the aura strong all the time. If you're somebody who feels, again, vulnerable, if you feel small and you feel like, you know, like you're almost in this tiny little shell, or if you're somebody who's just too big and you're like, your energy's way out there all the time, you probably need to strengthen your auric field, okay? So we're just going to rub our hands together, we're going to shake them off, and we're going to bring our hands together kind of right in front of the face, okay? We're going to cross the arms like this, and then we're going to blow back like that, okay? We'll do the same thing in the center of the body, okay? And then we're going to do it kind of coming up behind the body like this, and blow out every time that you do that. Then we're going to bring that energy, we're going to scoop it like this over our heads, and we're just going to let it fall down, okay? That's really an excellent exercise for just keeping the auric field clean and for protecting your body from any sort of energies coming in or coming off of you that you want to contain within yourself, okay? Last one we're going to do is what's called neurolymphatic massage. So I'm going to kind of go through the points on the body that you should be trying to massage every day. And what this does is that they're trigger points to help move lymph along. And lymph is, our lymphatic system is kind of a fascinating system. It's kind of a pathway of a bunch of different lymph nodes that move toxins out of our body. So if we're not moving a lot, if we're sitting around, or if we've been sick, junk and toxins can really get built up in those areas, and sometimes if it stays there for too long, it can be very detrimental to our health. For people who, this is a great thing for avoiding like cancer or any sort of illness associated with toxicity in the body. So if you are somebody who currently has cancer, I would recommend to be very careful doing these exercises. Don't really dig in there and start moving things, because if there's a cancer in your body, you don't want to move those cells along, too much. But if you're in recovery, or you're in remission, or you just start you've had cancer in the past, it's not a problem, okay? So we're going to start just kind of on the outside of the arms here. We're just going to rub kind of with good pressure. These points, you don't want to be soft. You want to really get in there. And when you hit one that is blocked, it might really, really hurt. So you gotta be ready for it if you hit a point. And if it hurts, it means it needs to be rubbed. Okay, so along the outside of the arms here, okay, and I'm not going to tell you specifically what meridians these affect, I'm just going to show you, okay? Then we're going to kind of go under the collarbone here, and I just want you to kind of rub across the top of your chest, and you'll notice there might be some points that are really sore. Really get into those points, okay? Just kind of underneath the collarbone, across the chest, okay? And then right along the sides of the arms here, where you can see kind of where your arm joins your armpit, and rub there. And it should be done on both sides of the body. Okay, and then along your sternum where your ribs join, there's like a space in between. You want to get in those, going all the way down the sternum. And really get in there. And like I said, some of these really hurt. Like right now, these ones for me, they're a little sore. So that means I need to rub them and get that lymph moving in that area. Okay. Okay, and then you can just rub down the middle of the sternum like this. Okay. The next points are just if you're a woman, it's right under the ribs, right under your breasts. Okay, so you want to get in between those ribs and really rub. Okay, if you're a man, obviously you don't have breasts, but you'll feel just probably where the nipple is, it would be 2 ribs under the nipple. Okay, so you really get in there. Rub. These are often sore for people. And another place, this is a harder one for women to get to, is actually kind of under the breast. Okay, so for women, you kind of have to take your thumb and you have to put it under the breast like this, and you have to rub almost where the nipple would be, but under the breast. Okay, those can be really painful. You got to get up there. Men, you can rub them too. It's not as hard to get to them for you. Okay, then when you're down there, you're going to move kind of where we were tapping that first time, kind of on right under the breast, there's some points, so we're going to rub there. Okay. And then along where the ribs end here, you can feel like there's your sternum, and then the ribs kind of come down like this. Right up under your ribs, the last rib, if you get up under there, sometimes it can be pretty tender. Okay, then we're going to go, I guess just kind of down. It's without having to go, into exactly where, just down the middle of the stomach, right along both sides of the belly button. Just rub. Some of those points might be a little tender. Okay, on top of the pubic bone, the very top, there's a point there, so you can really just kind of like rub the top. It's the top of the pubic bone. Okay, so where the pubic bone is, it's almost like you could set a tray on it. That's where you want to rub, right in there. Okay, you can also rub kind of down the sides here, where you feel like your hips, the hip bone is here, so you can rub in there. It's a good place. And now my favorite, because on almost everybody these hurt, down the sides of the legs on both the inside and the outside. So you really get in there, rub down the sides, inside and outside of the legs. Okay, and it hurts because these particular points, these are actually related to your small and large intestine, and we eat, and there's all sorts of toxins that build up in there. So we do it on both sides. These are an excellent way to just keep the lymph system flowing in the body. Okay, so that's the 5-minute routine. If you ever have any questions, you can always visit my website. It's www.empowermenthealing.net. Send me an email. I have no problems answering questions for you. So I hope that this video was helpful, and I hope you have a great day.